Hello everyone, my name's Kayla Amber and today I'm making a blueberry soap. So there's going to be 3 layers to the soap, so I have them all separated out and they each have their own lye water. I did that just because I want to avoid trace and I want the layers to be even. Now usually when you make soap, you usually just add the lye water first, but first I'm gonna add my additives first. So for the middle layer is going to be different. I'm doing a nice swirl in it. So the first and third layer are going to be the same and they're both just going to be a blue. So to the first and third one I'm going to add a teaspoon of kaolin clay, and then I'm going to add a 1/4 teaspoon of coconut milk powder. Then to the middle one I'm going to add the 2 things of coconut milk powder, and then I think I'm going to add just a 1/4 teaspoon of the kaolin clay. I'm getting this everywhere. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure adding clay kind of thickens the trace a little bit, so I'm just going to try to avoid that as best as I can for the middle layer. And now the next thing I'm going to do is for the first and third layers I'm going to add the blue. So I'm just using blue Vibrance mica, and I think I put in just a little bit of activated charcoal just so that it would be a bit darker. So I'm going to add, I'm going to add 1/2 teaspoon to each of them. Then the next thing I'm going to do just to the first and the third layer, I'm going to add the fragrance oil. So the first and third, like I said, is going to be just a solid color, which is why I'm adding the color before I add the lye water. I'm not going to add the fragrance oil to this one yet because part of the swirl is going to be uncolored and I don't want to add fragrance to that because it has some vanilla in it. So just very quickly I'm going to blend all 3 layers, starting off with the middle one. So now we're just going to focus on the first layer. So I'm just going to put these to the side. So the first thing we're going to do is strain in the lye water. So I think I'm going to add another 1/2 teaspoon to each of the first and third layer because it's not really blue enough. It's also because the fragrance oil is orange, so it's kind of playing around with it, making it look a little bit green. Alright, so now I'm just gonna pour in that layer. Got a little bit thick, but that's just because I had to keep adding more color. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do is a charcoal line. So I've got some activated charcoal here in a little strainer. I'm just gonna lightly tap it. I'm right by a window, so it's all blowing this way. Okay. I think that's, oh god. I think that's good. Then with a little bit of rubbing alcohol, I'm going to clean up those sides again. Now I'm going to wait about 10 minutes and then start doing the next layer. Alright, so now we're going to start with layer number 2. So this one's going to have the swirl on it. So I'm going to try to avoid stick blending it for as long as I can. Alright, so that's looking good. So all I'm going to do is just do a quick little burst with the stick blender. So the first thing I'm going to do is separate the colors. So it's just barely emulsified, it's not even at a light trace yet. So this is going to be the uncolored one. And the other 2 are going to have colors, so I'm just going to split about half of it into here. So one of them is going to be the blue color. And the other one's going to be kind of a purpley pink. Alright, so I've got them all in the squeeze bottles. Now this is going to take quite a while. So I think I'm going to start off with the blue. I'm actually just going to spray it a little bit. with some rubbing alcohol because I think it helps it stick better. And now I'm just gonna do like stripes, you know? Okay, so I actually went through and I shook the bottles for a little bit just because they were a bit too fluid. So now we're just gonna continue because I find like they muddied up a little too much in there. There we go, that's better. Now they're kind of staying separate. The purple's still really loose. Oof, I'm actually running out of blue. I don't think I made enough, so I'm gonna just switch between purple and white a little bit more. Okay, so I think that's good. I do have a little bit left, but I want to have enough space for the third layer. It's kind of getting a little full. So the last thing I'm going to do is just add the activated charcoal line. Okay, so since this one was really loose, I'm going to wait, I think about 15 minutes before doing the third layer, just so that it doesn't just like collapse in on itself when I go to pour it. So I'll be back. Alright, so we're back. Layer 3. Layer 2 has kind of hardened up a little, so I'm just gonna mix this because we added more of that colorant right before. I didn't mix it. So what do we need to do? This one's just like the first layer. Just gotta mix in the lye and then pour it in. And like the first layer, I'm just gonna mix it a little bit with this. Just because I don't think my stick blenders are going to make it all the way to the bottom. It smells so good. I don't know if I mentioned it, but I'm using blueberry from Wholesale Supplies Plus. It doesn't really smell like, well, like it smells like blueberries, but not like the fruit. Kind of more like a muffin, like a blueberry muffin. It's just kind of got more like a vanilla-y undertone to it. Okay, so I'm quickly just going to stick blend that a little. And I don't want it to get too thick because I want the other layer to be able to support it. So let's get my soap back over here. So I'm going to use this side of the spatula and just kind of let it flow on. I think it might be too thin to really do texture, yeah. Even with just this, it's kind of falling back in. So I think I'm going to do like a nice swirl because I still have the colors from the other layer. They might be a little bit thick. I think I'm just going to do stripes. Oh god. Okay, so the purple's obviously a little too thick for it. But I kind of like how that turned out. Alright, so welcome back. It's been about 3 days since I made this. Ooh! That's so nice. That's so nice. And the middle layer turned out, ooh, look at that one. Kind of reminds me of like cotton candy, I don't know. I think I'm gonna want to do like this design again, but not where it's just the one layer. Maybe like the whole soap, but that would take forever. That's the only reason why I did just one layer, because I didn't want to be here for 8 years pouring soap. Ooh, it's really nice as you go on. Oh god, I did it on an angle. That one's gonna be all bumpy inside. Ooh! That one's got a lot more purple in it just because it's the end. That's so nice. Perfect. Alright, so that is it for this soap. Thank you guys so that one's falling. I'll leave it, it's fine. Thank you guys so much for watching. Yeah, I really like how it turned out. I think it's gonna discolor a little bit, but it shouldn't be too bad by the looks of it. It'll just be a little bit more green, I guess, like a brownish, grayish blue, which might be a little weird because it's supposed to be blueberry. It's okay. I like it. Really like how this one turned out. Yeah, that's nice. Alright, so I hope you guys enjoyed that video. Thank you guys so much for watching. And yeah, I'll see you guys for the next soap.